Hello friends, SentinalhMC here, and welcome back to our ChromatiCraft tutorial series. In this episode, I'm going to take a look at the Crystal Brewery as we slowly begin to round out and the items that you can cast without using the casting room. It's one of the last things you can do. And then next episode, I think there's one more little thing, and then we'll go on to rune casting, the things that you need the casting room for. That'll be fun because there's a lot more stuff there. But in this episode, we'll take a look at the Crystal Brewery. It allows you to make potions without having to go through all the ridiculousness of the vanilla brewing system. It's actually extremely easy, although you might want to be wary about it because you have to spend crystals. As the name implies, it uses crystals. The recipe for the brewery is 3 stone blocks, a cauldron, and then 4 crystal shards. These can be of any color, any mixture of colors, doesn't matter. I just had red ones, so that's what I used. Then give it a whack with your good old elemental manipulator, and you'll have yourselves a crystal brewery. I have it set up right here. Very nondescript white block. Kind of wish it looked cooler, but whatever. There's more important. Rick got more important things to do in this mod than make the Crystal Brewery look interesting. So it gives you a very similar, well, the identical, I believe, interface to the standard brewery, but it does work quite differently. In order to use it, you're going to need yourself some water. Makes sense, of course. So we'll grab some water, and then we'll go through and make a couple potions. So place your water bottles in the bottom 3 slots. You're going to want to make sure you fill all 3 because every crystal is capable of filling all 3 bottles. Will that do anything? No. Okay, so now let's talk about crystals and what they do for potions. If you look at a crystal, it'll actually tell you what it does. So Kuro says it's good for corrupting potions. We're going to grab a couple of these, and I'm going to demonstrate what that means. I've also got some of these Zambaro crystals. We'll do the same thing. And since every crystal and every rune is related to a specific thing, these won't be surprising, really. The Karma Crystal Shard, which is the red one, which has the shield icon for its rune, is good for resistance potions. The Kajani Crystal does poison. Ruskia, which is the brown one, does saturation. Nilla is night vision, obviously. Zambaro says it's good for enhancing potions, and we'll take a look at that. What's this one called? What is it called? The Vidali Crystal is good for water breathing. Argia is weakness. Ikri is slowness. Rizova is strength. Remember, that was the one that increases the damage of the lumen turrets as well. Rizova is strength. Asveste is jump boost. Katrino is haste. Galazio is speed. Kurari is regeneration. Portacali is fire resistance. Tahara is invisibility. And that's it. Now, there are these boosted shards, and we'll take a look at how to do that in the next episode. But if you use those, you get a stronger potion. That's why this says ordinary potions, and the boosted ones say level 2 enhanced potions. We'll go into this boosting thing probably next episode, actually. Anyway, let's take a look at how this works. Let's craft some potions. Let's go ahead and grab a crystal shard. Why don't we grab let's grab a Katrina shard for the haste, and we'll grab a Kajani for the poison, because I want to show you something there as well. Let's not waste all of our water. Actually, I've already got a poison potion right here. So all you gotta do is put your water, I'm only going to place 1, but I highly recommend using all 3, in the bottom, and then put your crystal on the top, and the Crystal Brewery will, not too slowly, but slowly go about turning that water into a potion. So we're just going to let this go. It'll be done in a moment, and then we'll take a look at the resulting potion. This should be a haste potion. So there we go. We get a Katrino Crystal Potion, which has haste for 3 minutes. Now, let's take a look at what happens if I combine this with a Zambaro Crystal Shard, which says it's good for enhancing potions. You can't make a potion out of Zambaro by itself, but Zambaro can be combined with any other potion to change the effect. Currently, this potion is haste for 3 minutes. With Zambaro Crystal Shard, it's going to change this effect. Let's see what it does. And we end up with no effects. Okay, so refined potion, no effects. The Zimbardo shard seems to have different effects based on which potions you put there. For example, I've got a potion of poison that I got you get from Kajani crystals. If I put a Zimbardo in here, it's going to have a different effect. I was actually I'm kind of surprised that we got this refined potion, no effects out of it. But it does seem to have different effects depending on which potion you use, and you may just have to experiment with that to figure it out. So let's see what it does with this 45-second potion of poison. Turns it into a potion of poison 2, which only lasts 22 seconds. So it enhanced the potion while reducing the duration. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a pre-made potion. We'll grab a water-breathing potion made with Vidali, and we'll take a look at what the Zimbardo does to that, just for another example. So we know that using it with the haste potion doesn't work, don't do it. Using it with potion of poison increases the effect, but reduces duration. Let's see what happens with an 8-minute water-breathing. Boop. It's now a potion of night vision. Okay, so odd effects out of the Zimbardo shards. You never really know what you're going to get, except for poison, because you now know. The ones that we've done here, you now know what they do. Let's go ahead and take another crystal potion. Let's say the Karma crystal potion, which is resistance for 3 minutes. And take a look at what Kuro crystals do. It says it's good for corrupting potions. And I find that what it seems to do is sort of reverse the effect, but not really. I'm not sure if that's what it's meant to do. This crystal potion of resistance, you'd think if you reversed it would turn into weakness, but it doesn't. It gives you a potion of regeneration instead. And you can't do it again because this is no longer a crystal potion. It's a standard Minecraft potion. Maybe that's what it means by corruption. Let's see what happens to this Catrino haste potion. We know what happened to it when we used the Zimbardo crystal. It was strangely turned into a refined potion with no effect. So let's see what happens when we use the Kuro crystal and corrupt this Catrino haste potion. So yeah, the Crystal Brewery, the Kuro and the Zimbardo shards seem like a bit like wild cards. Diffuse potion, no effects. Okay, so yeah. It certainly looks like the haste potions aren't getting any love from the Zimbardo or Kuro shards. Now let's take a look at what you can't do in the Crystal Brewery. You cannot use standard potion recipes. So if you know, you can use glowstone dust in a standard brewer in order to like increase the effectiveness of like one of these potions. I don't know if it's poison or what. It doesn't work in here. You can't use the Crystal Brewery to mess around with standard Minecraft potions like this potion of regeneration. It only works on the chromatic potions. And as you can see, you can turn these crystal potions into splash potions, apparently by using water instead of gunpowder. Let's go ahead and try that actually. Let's grab our Karma crystal potion, and we'll go grab another water, just so I can show off kind of everything that you can do. And then we'll see what we have to do to do that. Okay, so splash potion requires another Karma crystal. Okay, so we'll place that there. I'll put that there, and then we'll put another Karma crystal in here, and we'll see what happens. Boop. See, now it's running. So it should turn this into a splash potion. Now what that does mean is that you're going to have to use another crystal shard if you want to turn one of these crystal potions into a crystal splash potion. Yeah. I'm not sure if I would want to do that. Oh, no, wait. It just didn't do that. It's now got me... Wait, what? Okay, I don't get it. How do I turn this into a... How do I get a splash potion? It said that's how I do it, but that was definitely not correct. Huh. So I actually don't know how to turn these into splash potions because it didn't work. Interesting. It didn't quite do what the recipe said it was going to do. Well, that's weird. Maybe I can just add gunpowder to it. That's how you do with the standard ones. Probably not. Nope. Nope. So yeah, I actually don't know how to turn those into splash potions. That recipe was supposed to work, but it didn't. Oh well. So this is the Crystal Brewery. I've never used it, mainly because crystals are hard to get in the early game. Now, once you have a renewable source of crystals, which we'll go over in a future episode as well, because you have to use the casting room to get that stuff, then this could become a quite good way of getting yourself some potions. You can get your hands on just about any potion that you would want if we take a look at these shards. So yeah, resistance and poison and such. Saturation, which is, for food, which is a really great substitute for actually eating food. You get yourself some regeneration and speed and haste and jump and strength. I don't think you can actually get instant heal potions from any of these. No, you can't. So getting instant healing, I don't know if you can get instant healing in any way from these. Actually, you can get regeneration from these. I think you can get instant health. I think there's a way to do it. Let me see. Here's a potion of healing. Oh, stop it. So, let's see here. Potions of regeneration or weakness or slowness. Okay, let's see. Well, I don't know. Let's try it. Let's put a potion of poison in there and with a Curo crystal and see what we get. That was a suggested recipe. Let's see if it actually works. And then we'll call this episode. I'm not going to be able to go through and show you every single combination because there's like crazy numbers of combinations. But you get the general idea. I wish the Zimbaru and the Curo crystals had a bit more, I don't know, their effects were more predictable. But it doesn't look like they are. Yeah, that didn't work. Instead, it took our potion of poison 2 and turned it back into a potion of poison. Okay, so maybe we have to do a standard potion of poison. Let's do it one more time, just to make sure that recipe does or doesn't work. Because it was just, we'll see if it works. If you can get a healing potion out of a poison potion, because that'd be interesting. And then we'll call it. Let's see what it gives us. Nope. Potion of poison. So that doesn't actually work. So if you hit R on your potion of healing, don't believe any of this. It doesn't look like these things actually will give you a potion of instant health. You might be able to get a potion of instant health by corrupting something, but I don't actually know what it is you have to use a Curo crystal on in order to turn it into instant health, if that's even, a thing you can get. But that's the Crystal Brewery. Like I said, we've basically almost completely exhausted. Actually, let's go ahead and show it. So we've essentially exhausted everything that we can craft without using the casting room, except for a couple of things. The chromatic flour, which is just purely decorative. Okay, that's all it is. It's crafted with glowstone dust and leaves and flowers and crystal shards. And all it is decorative, so I really... Actually, there's a use for these later. But instead of using these, you can use other things. I think if you have Thaumcraft, you can use these as for the infusion altar, for, like, stabilizers. I think there is a use for these, but not that I know of right now. I think it comes out later. But chromatic flour... It's just a decorative thing. You can cast it using glowstone, a crystal shard, leaves, and a flower of some description. Then there's also this particle spawner, and all it does is make particles, block of redstone, 4 glowstone dust, and some apparently boosted shards. You can probably use standard shards. It's just cycled through the boosted ones right now. So the particle spawner, all it does is allow you to create various particles. It's not really useful. It's just like decorative. Those two things are basically decorative. So next episode, I'll talk about this lumen wire, which is basically the last thing I've got as far as stuff you can make before using the casting room, and then we'll get onto some of this stuff here in the rune crafting, which is going to get pretty darn awesome. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode about the Crystal Brewery. Definitely a good way to get potions, although I wouldn't necessarily start using it until you have a guaranteed supply of crystal shards, otherwise you'll probably go through them quickly. Definitely I wouldn't start turning crystal shards into potions if your only source of them is mining them out of caves. It's a little unreliable. So, but that's just my 2 cents. Do whatever you want with it. So thanks so much for watching. Like and comment the video if you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for future episodes. I'm Sentinel H, and I'm signing out.